Greetings, methodical, analytical, health conscious Virgo. My name is Eliane Nicole. I'm an astrologer and a tarot card reader, and now I'm going to do the July 2020 forecast for Virgo. I'm going to do a tarot reading as well as look at the planets for July, the transits for Virgo. Recommend that you watch the videos for your sun, moon, and rising. If you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, definitely contact me for a reading. I can read on Zoom. And having your chart done and working with an astrologer directly is a really empowering tool for life. It's not therapy, but it's very therapeutic. And it is just a roadmap. So, as we enter the month of July, Virgo, we see the Ace of Cups reverse. So it looks like perhaps you are holding back your emotions about something, or your feelings are hurt about something, and you are covered by the Knight of Pentacles reverse. So it could be a man who is being irresponsible financially, or having financial or business concerns, and you are crossed by the Star. And the Star is the only position in the layout that is horizontal. It is not upright or reversed. And this is what Kabbalists refer to as your tikkun. It's your karmic correction in this cycle. And for Virgo, this has to just do with self-care, serenity, and faith in the higher plan. And the basis is the Three of Pentacles. So this is about work. It can be about a worker. What is leaving is the Seven of Pentacles. It looks like a decision that you were mulling over regarding whether to continue to work on something that you had already invested time and energy in and seen the rewards of, or to go on and try something new. This is the High Priestess. It's what could come into being. This represents an older and wiser woman who is very intuitive, very wise, very insightful, holds the secrets. What will come into being mid-month, it looks like there is a romantic figure who's out of alignment. It could be also, it's just a sensitive male figure. Maybe he's emotionally exhausted. Maybe his feelings are hurt. Maybe he's not giving the proposal at this time. Fears or insecurities. The Queen of Cups reversed. This is about emotional obsession, vulnerability, hurt feelings. Others see you. Wheel of Fortune. Maybe there's an unexpected twist of events for the better. You are just riding with fate, destiny, and the cycles of life. Your positive feelings are the Ten of Swords reversed. This is getting over an ending or completion of some kind. And then the outcome is the Nine of Swords reversed. It looks like you were breaking free towards the end of July, breaking free of anxiety, breaking free of the constraints of a situation where you felt like your hands were tied, breaking free from your own thoughts. Whatever it is, it's a great feeling at the end of the month. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the planets. So on the July 1st, Saturn is retrograding into Capricorn. So Saturn has been in Aquarius for 3 months in your 6th house. Now it's retrograding back into your 5th house. And these are, that's where Jupiter and Pluto have just formed their conjunction at the end of June. So this makes the 5th house a really strong emphasis area for Virgo in the month of July. And the 5th house is about children. So for those of you who have children, that's going to be a prominent theme in July. If you don't have children, it can be creative projects. That's also the 5th house. It can be games, it can be fun, it can be hobbies, it can be your pleasures, it can be love affairs. But the 5th house is really full for Virgo this month. Saturn retrogrades there on the 1st. Jupiter and Pluto just had their conjunction there on the 30th, and that was the second exact Jupiter and Pluto conjunction of this year. The first one was April 4th, the next one June 30th, and the last one will be November 12th. And we collectively, we see surges in the virus that happen during these times, but individually in our lives, it's happening in different ways. And so for Virgo, I think that there is transformation and reorganization and expansion regarding where you find joy in life. What is fun to you? And again, for others, it'll be around your children and your relationships with your kids, you know? And deeply transformative time for us as a collective, and then in our individual lives, it's manifesting in different ways. So July 4th is the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn. That's also happening in your 5th house. This is a lot of times lunar eclipses are culminations. Full moons in general bring heightened emotion. They create light in an area, but with the lunar eclipse, it brings the shadow. And the shadow can come up in ourselves or others. Again, this is around your children. For those who have children, if you don't have children, it could be around your creative projects, or it could be around any of those 5th house issues. And if you're at all confused or vague about that, feel free to contact me for a reading, and we can get into more specifics about how it manifests in your specific chart. July 6th, Ceres goes retrograde in Pisces. And this is in your house of relationships, Virgo. It's in your house of marriage and commitment. So that could bring up questions about, are you feeling nurtured in your relationship? Are you being nurturing in your relationship? July 12th, Mercury goes direct. So the first 2 weeks of the month, Mercury is going to be retrograde in Cancer. And Mercury's been retrograde in Cancer since June 17th. Mercury is the planet of communication. Cancer is a very sensitive and a very emotional sign. So this Mercury retrograde brought up a lot of emotional communication for people. Once it goes direct, there may be some resolution around these issues, but it won't happen overnight. Mercury will be in the retro shade area until July 26th or 27th. So give it time for those things to kind of work themselves out. And specifically Cancer for you is in the 11th house of friends and business associates and groups and organizations. So if there was any emotional communication there, expect in the second half of the month and towards the end of the month for it to really start clearing up. And let's see, July 20th is the new moon in Cancer, and this is the black moon in Cancer, a very powerful black moon. It's the black moon because it's the second new moon in Cancer of the season. The first one was 0 degrees Cancer, July 20th, and now this one is going to be at 28 degrees Cancer. So we have a second chance to recommit to those Cancerian themes that we set intentions around during that first Cancer new moon of the year. These are setting intentions around the home, around the roots, around the ancestors, around the mother, around land, around real estate, around wealth. All of these are Cancerian issues. Also for Virgos in particular because Cancer is in your house of friends, groups, organizations, you can be setting new intentions, recommitting to your intentions around those areas of your life. What new starts do you want to make there? Again, you know, this Cancer eclipse period is setting off many major cycles, so it's a really important time. It's setting off a 13-year cycle, a 19-year cycle, a 36-year cycle. So it is a really important time to be setting intentions and to be mindful about, you know, the trajectory of your life, your spiritual evolution. Let's see, July 22nd, the sun enters Leo. So when the sun enters Leo, it's going to be going into Virgo's 12th house. And I think it's because it's the month before your birthday, probably. It's leading up to your own cycle. It's going to, you know, things are going to be coming up for you. I think a lot of deep reflections during the Leo Sun period are going to be highlighted. You may find yourself wanting to spend some time in solitude. You may find yourself having to spend some time in solitude or confinement. It's an opportunity to really get in touch with your spiritual self, your inner self, and to cultivate that area of your life. And finally, July 27th, Jupiter's forming a sextile with Neptune, which I think is a very beautiful and inspiring aspect. It's very transcendent and otherworldly and expansive in terms of spirituality and or creativity. And it's going to be stimulating your 7th house along with your 5th house. So this is about your relationship and fun, or your relationship and your kids, or that those 7th, 5th house issues will be happening. Your relationship and your creative projects, those things. And if you're not in a relationship, then it's your business partnership, or if you're not, it's these 7th house issues. So that's the end of the month. There's so much more than what I talked about here, but again, I'm trying to give the broad overview so these videos aren't too long. And but thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Please follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I have new videos coming out. And please, please, please share this video with other Virgos that you know. And thank you so much for joining me, Virgo. Have a wonderful July.